fellow traders. This is Joe Gruender from InvestorsHelp.net right here on Facebook.com. Today, several friends of ours have been requesting and asking, Joe, is it possible to make money on big down days like this? And of course the answer is yes, if you know what you're going to do and you've prepared for it. So I'm going to give you a couple examples how we at InvestorsHelp.net made some nice profits today. Not killer profits, but nice profits. I have two examples. The first is on SPY and the second one is on NIO, which is a Chinese company which makes electric vehicles. So this video is not for newbies. Feel free though to watch this video and perhaps learn from it and pick up some tips as I go through it. The first is on SPY. What I have here, we're on the thinkorswim trading platform, is two charts, one on SPY and one on NIO. I went back roughly a couple months, back to the 1st of October, and I looked at the chart and I drew once again support and resistance lines. Now you should know what these are by now because I've put out 2 or 3 videos, examples on support and resistance. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go back to our Facebook account and look at some of the videos that we've previously posted. So as you can see here, I use these two candles, these two price points to draw a line straight across, and interesting enough, price came right back up to this line and then reversed off of it. So this is a good resistance point shown on the chart. Then what I did, I went down to these 3 candles down here. I took the low here, the lowest low. I also took the low off of this candle and I drew a band, what I call a support band. I know a lot of the guys like to use just one line, but to me a band is more valid because price tests in the same general area but not always at the same price. So draw a band of support. After hitting resistance, price came down to support, and look what happened. Sure enough, we established it here, and then it came down, and what did it do? It bounced off of this area here, which is support. So as we started to move up, I thought, well, it's going to reverse. Price is going to reverse again, basically up in this area here. What I did though, as you can see, I sold some calls in this area here because we were at the 68.2 fib level, and I thought it would reverse off of that. But if it didn't, of course, I was betting on resistance in this area here, which, as you can see, I was wrong by 1 day in my timing, which is not too bad to be off by 1 day. And it did, though, hit this resistance area, and then today, on Tuesday, it came tumbling down. So what I did on Friday, I sold covered calls that expire on December the 7th, basically a weekly, at the 281 and also the 282 strikes, because that's right where resistance is, right? So that was why I selected those 2 strikes. At that time, I received premium of 95 cents per call at the 281 and 75 cents at the 282. So the max potential was 95 cents per calls at the 281 and 75% max potential profit on the 282s. What happened? Sure enough, today with this terrible plunge, it was quite a sell-off today, as I'm sure all of you noticed. I did capture 91% of the premium on the 281s and 88% of the premium on 282 calls, covered calls. So I sold to open STO on Friday of last week, and today, Tuesday, I BTC. I bought to close those calls. I'm sure some of your newbies won't understand that, but that's okay. If you continue to follow us, you're going to learn all of this terminology. And as you noticed, and as the more professional option traders will definitely know, I'm trying to keep all of this very simple. There's no reason to get overly complex. I know it's very impressive when you can throw around butterflies, credit spreads, debit spreads, iron condors, and all of that. And yes, they do have the appropriate time and when the right strategy presents itself. Okay, so we picked up 91% and 88% profits in only 4 days. So here's an example how, yes, you too can pick up some nice profits. And in this case, this was selling covered calls. Also, I have another example for big down days and how did we do some profits. In this case, we sold the 12/21, December 21 covered calls at a strike of $10. I did that on the 19th of November. So the 19th of November was here. Okay. Now he's going to say, well, Joe, why did you do it here? Once again, what's happening? It's right there at resistance. And as we saw here, when price got to resistance, what happened? Right? It went down. Okay. What happened? I anticipated that when price got to this resistance area, what would happen? It would turn down. And sure enough, as you can see here, it went down for 4 or 5 days. I did not close these calls at that time because I thought it had more to run. It was going to go even lower. So what happened today? Today was a big sell-off. We had a sell-off first of all on Monday with a long red candle here, and then today, Tuesday, the 4th of December, we had another sell-off. So what did I do? I captured my profits here. I received, when I sold the calls, several calls, $30 per call. I captured premium today of 80% on those covered calls. Now on this one, of course, I did hold it a little longer. It was 15 days. But here's an example, once again, of how you can make money, profit in down days. Now, one of the things, let me mention this, and you pros out there, you know this, you don't stick around to get the last nickel. Many new traders will say, oh, I'm going to wait 3 more days. Look at this. On Friday, I'm going to get the full 100% instead of 80%. Or over here, I'm going to get the full 100% instead of 91%. You don't do that because you don't know for sure what's going to happen on Thursday. As you know, the markets are closed tomorrow on Wednesday in honor of President Bush. So you don't stick around. I usually take profits at 50 to 60% of the potential of the premium. I very, very seldom will stick around for 100% unless it happens very quickly. So you can always live another day if you stick around and you take your profits, and then you have money for your next trade to begin. So if you enjoy, and I hope you enjoy, but more importantly you learn from these videos, please go to Facebook, search for investorshelp.net, and become our friend. I also encourage you, when you click on like and follow, you will get access to all of these videos before I post them in other groups. So there is advantages to going ahead and liking, following, and be friends of us on Investors Help. Currently, all of this is free. I'm not charging anyone for anything regarding these videos and annotated charts. So perhaps tomorrow or maybe Thursday, I'll put out my comments on what I think is going to happen on Thursday. Personally, I think we're going to, I'm not going to get into that because there's a great way to play Thursday, and I'll tell you more about that. But come visit us at investorshelp.net, right on Facebook, and y'all have a great day. I'm going to be making some videos and doing some more studying on charts. I love chart patterns, as you probably can tell by now. So this is Joe Gruender saying so long for now. Have a great day tomorrow, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.